Hey, I'm going to present the solution for part A in the additional examples portion of this to you. That problem is sine of x multiplied by cosine of x over 2 plus cosine x multiplied by sine of x over 2 equaling 1. Okay, so first of all, do you recognize this form? So go sine, cosine, plus cosine, sine. That should look familiar to you guys. That is the form of the sum formula for sine. So that's kind of the expanded out version of the formula, right? So we can condense it down. This would be alpha, this would be beta. This is equal to just sine of alpha plus beta. So in this case, just sine of x plus x over 2. Okay, all that becomes that, and this still equals 1. Next, what we can do is we can combine inside of the parentheses here. So we can add x plus x over 2, because this is just 1x plus 1/2 x, right? That's just 3/2 x, or 3x over 2 equals 1. Now, we need to make a substitution. All right, so we're going to let u be our placeholder here for 3x over 2. So if we make that substitution, we're left with needing to solve sine of u equaling 1. So where does sine equal 1? Where does the y-coordinate on the unit circle equal 1? That only happens at the top of the unit circle, right? So that's at pi over 2. So we'll put plus 2 pi k onto this, to represent all the coterminal angles with pi over 2. And now that we know what u is, we can actually plug back in our 3x over 2, right? That was just a placeholder for 3x over 2. And then at that point, what we need to do is solve for x, right? So we're going to multiply across this entire equation by 2/3, the reciprocal. So multiply by 2/3 over here, multiply this whole entire thing by 2/3. That leaves us x equals, if I distribute the 2/3, we end up with, that would be pi over 3 plus 4 pi k over 3. So that's your final answer that represents every single possible answer in existence, right, for any integer k. And then we want to list the solutions between 0 and 2 pi. I'm going to go ahead and write that in, so you can write it in. I think it would fit here, right? Within 0 to 2 pi, we have, well, if we plug 0 in for k, that gives us pi over 3. If we plug 1 in for k, we would be adding 4 pi over 3 to the pi over 3. That would give us 5 pi over 3. If we plug 2 in for k, we'd have to add 8 pi over 3 to pi over 3. That'd be 9 pi over 3, right? Which would be too big. 9 pi over 3 is really 3 pi. That's too large. So we stop there. We just have these two solutions. Okay? And that's it for that one.